there it is, you
It
know,
just comes from the heart.
and it stays there forever.
One or two questions for
I
the
looked to see who's on the founders, and a lot of
gotta-
people in there. I kind
It's
of
all
expected to
missing
see,
it.
Johnny Mercer and people like that. But
The funny thing about Tom Petty is that his music always feels like it comes from an old soul, like somebody you can trust and somebody that you can take comfort in. And I think that's what really endeared Tom Petty to so many people. And his music has stood the test of time because of that. I think that you don't just have these high points and low points in his career. You always have this kind of steadiness, even when he's singing about, you know, his personal problems, and when he's singing about something as romantic as rebellion and being an outcast and winning over people. I think that in any circumstance, Tom Petty was steady in his music.
Are you going to go on to become another movie star?
No,
Or?
I'm really interested in music most of the time, but it was a nice, it came in a good time for me. It came between projects where I wasn't doing much, and I thought it'd be just a nice change of pace. I've always resisted it, and then I thought, well, come on, we'll do it. We'll make the best of it.
I grew up, my dad playing the Traveling Wilburys, and he would describe them as this collection of superstars, and you know, he would list off the names, and I got to know them as a kid. And what's funny is that you don't really realize that Tom Petty wasn't exactly from their generation. Like you said, he was the kid in the group. And I think that just is a testament to what these artists thought of him, of someone like a Bob Dylan giving a cosign of, hey, I want to record albums with you. I mean, that's unbelievable. At that point, Tom Petty was in his mid to late 30s, I guess, and just completely hitting a new peak in terms of his commercial power. And then obviously 1989 with one of his biggest selling albums to date, and Free Fallin', and you know, it's one of those time periods that I think a lot of people are going to look back on and say, wow, like I can't believe all these guys came together to make such amazing music. You know, the only thing I want to say about that is that it really didn't slow him down to the point of marking his career and pressing pause on his legacy. I think you see that within the late 90s, in the 2000s, still recording with the Heartbreakers, still touring, still playing festivals and huge venues, playing the Super Bowl in 2008. I mean, look, I think that there are some famous examples of artist versus label. Tom Petty's certainly one of them. You can put him aside George Michael, you can put him aside Prince, but I think that with all of those guys, you just have this ability to endure. And you can see that the strain that this put on Tom Petty in terms of this battle, but at the same time, still writing songs, still touring, still being the same guy that everybody loved. I think that the outpouring of memories and emotion today and this week is a testament to Tom Petty as someone who connected with so many different generations. I mean, I have friends who are in their teens. I have family members in their 60s and 70s, and everybody has a Tom Petty story. It's funny because I have my own Tom Petty story, just kind of dancing at Bonnaroo. I wasn't even a big Tom Petty fan, but how can you not see Tom Petty? He's one of those larger-than-life artists that you just have to listen to, that you have to be involved with and grow some sort of emotional attachment. There's not that many artists like that, and he came from an era where rock and roll was so innovative, and he was such a poet of that craft that I think that's really what we're seeing now.